Hey guys, Civilord here, back again with another action figure review, and today we are finally, I know we just looked at the rest of this wave, but today we are finally taking a look at the Marvel Legends mini-comic Wave 2 Silver Surfer from Silver Surfer #1, brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro, who will remain fine folks despite the fact that this figure was an absolute pain in my rear end to get, both locally and through Amazon. I don't know what the deal is. He wasn't even in the Fantastic Four movie. It was some broad as Silver Surfer, so not sure what is going on there. And not to mention, they did reissue both Walgreens exclusive Silver Surfers before announcing this one. So if you bought one of those, well, you got open hands and effect parts for this guy, but I digress. So, with that being said, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review. Take a look-see at all Silver Surfer has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with the obvious surfboard. It's got some flex to it, and one peg, because, you know, he has 1 foot. Really wish they would have retooled this to have 2 pegs, but whatever. It's a silver piece of plastic. Sweet. He also has a pair of grip hands with the wrong... Oh, does he have the right hinge? Or is it the wrong one? Yeah, it's the wrong one. Of course it is. With the wrong hinge for holding stuff, so he can, of course, hold his mini comic, which is just a piece of plastic with Silver Surfer cover on it. That'll be going in somebody's trade box. And then, you know who you are. We also get some karate chop hands. With the same hinge as the grip hands. So, there you go. He can enter the dragon and do the Bruce Lees and Jackie Chan's and whatnots. Because everybody be kung fu fighting. Where am I going with this review? I don't know. So why don't we just take a closer look at good old Norrin Rand, the Silver Surfer, not whatever the heck that Fantastic Four First Steps crap was. He looks fine. He is on the pinless Sunfire body. It was gummy as heck, so I obviously put soap in the biceps and in the calves. So now he is butter smooth. Like he should have been out of the box, especially after all the friggin' waiting I had to do to get this figure. Granted, you probably just seen my reviews of the rest of this wave that I decided to pick up. No, I'm not picking up Daredevil in a tracksuit because A, it's boring, and B, his comic book should have had little braille bumps on it because blind people can't read, Hasbro. Simpletons know that. But I will tell you, I got this Silver Surfer here months after I got the other figures you've already seen reviews of. And when I say months, I mean I got the other ones in December, and this guy in, like, March. So, yeah. As far as articulation goes, he can look all the way up, all the way down. His head is severely dislocated, so you can tilt it and rotate it. His shoulders can pop out. He's got the beautiful butterfly. I can swing back and forth. Nice and tight there. Go down. Can rotate all the way around. Like I said, he already has butter smooth. Bicep swivel. Double joint elbows. Swivel hinge wrists. Ab crunch. That'll move that far forward. That far back. He's got pinless legs that can't do the splits like the Sonic welded hips for this mold. Kick forward. He does have a thigh cut. That is, yeah, it is gummy. Of course it is, but it's not nearly as tight as the calves or the biceps were, so I don't futz with those. He's got a double knee with a boot cut. And then a hinge in both feet with a rocker in both feet and peg holes in both feet. But yet, we always get one freaking peg on the surfboard. And no flight stand. But if you have one of these handy-dandy McFarlane flight stands, they're pretty much crap when it comes to holding up McFarlane figures because they're so darn big. But when it comes to Marvel Legends, because they're light and not worth the money they cost, they fit just fine. I am so salty in this review. I apologize. So, standing him up there, he does have a peg hole on his back. That is good for, well, nothing. So, there's that. Guess if you wanted to give him a cape and make him Super Surfer, you could do that. But, I guess, with that being said, before this gets any worse than it already is, why don't we just move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Silver Surfer, alongside the only other figures I own, we'll say, from this mini comic wave 2. We have Feral from X-Force and Beast from Astonishing X-Men. This is a very X-Men heavy mini comics wave because the other two figures I've looked at from this wave are also from both Uncanny X-Men and Excalibur. Silver Surfer and Daredevil are the only two that aren't X-Men related. And yes, I know one of those figures was Black Widow, but she was on the cover of Uncanny X-Men, if I'm not mistaken. But at any rate, you know, Silver Surfer's just an average-sized dude. He's an ordinary, average guy, so, you know, not to quote Joe Walsh or anything, but at the same time, quote Joe Walsh and everything, because I wanted to. He scales fine with these two, is what I'm getting at. You know, Beast should be bigger, Feral should be a little smaller, and Silver Surfer should be the monkey in the middle, or the, you know, ordinary average guy in the middle. Getting these two out of the way, so we can make way for our two regulars. Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith, right there, and the infamous 11 Spawn, who, as usual, towers over everyone. So, with that being said, it's time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, at the end of the day, was this figure really worth the hassle of me going through BBTS to get it, that is, to acquire him? Well, granted, it wasn't much of a hassle, but I don't get why I never saw him around here, and why he just kept selling out on Amazon, because he is literally a silver guy. He is just a person. He's not cool kitty cat Beast, or cool kitty cat lady from X-Force, or even Rachel Gray Summers Phoenix, who's at least a little bit more interesting than Silver Bald Man with a surfboard with only one peg on it. That said, Silver Surfer is a character whose character design isn't remotely as interesting as the character itself, so I have to give him a pass because the fine folks over at Hasbro did deliver exactly what people wanted. A silver bald guy with a surfboard. Granted, I would have liked another peg on that surfboard, maybe some open hands and some effects, but hey, we got that mini comic that you'll probably throw in a bag and forget about as soon as you get this figure. If you haven't already got this figure, that is. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.